Welcome back, everyone. We are the Ascending Community of Light, and my name is Cynthia.
Hi, and I'm Rena.
We're glad to have you back, and we've taken a little bit of a hiatus, haven't we, Rena?
Yeah, been a while since we've recorded one of these Rena and Cynthia discuss, but
Yeah,
it's important that we do it. So we
it
love our
is.
audience, and they've been asking, "Where are you?"
Yeah. So it's a new year, so happy New Year, everyone, and happy 2023. I can't
Yeah,
even say it yet. So last year we did a video, Rena and I did a video where we talked about 2022 would be the year of revealing greater truths. And we've been talking about that, and I think a lot of things have come out. It seems so slow though at times, doesn't it, Rena? It
yeah,
really does. Um, I wish things would move along as fast as we want them to, but that's not how it is. But this video we wanted to present to you, and at Ascending Community of Light, we are all about empowering ourselves and you into becoming your divine, beautiful self, just the way that you have been made by our Creator. So it's all about empowering our consciousness and raising that. And we think 2023 is going to be a great year where our consciousness is really going to expand. Don't
yes,
you think so, Rena?
we know it.
We know it. So when we look at our world, it looks pretty dark right now. And it looks like things are falling apart. And indeed they are. The matrix that we live in is, from our view, it's an artificial construct. And it really does have to come down. It has to crumble so that we can create a new world.
Mhm.
And we're all about that, empowering ourselves and you to become your best, your highest potential, and to create a new world. And the matrix we see around us is falling apart at every level. You have political levels, medical, the medicine, education, food, air, everything. Everything is.
Borders, the riots in the different cities,
Mhm.
the weather, yeah,
Yeah, everything just seems to
everywhere. The
be.
homeless people, right outside my door, and all the garbage that's around the city. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we see that a lot. We see all the homelessness and the poverty and the lack, and all of this though was what we're learning is that all of it is been artificially created. I've always wondered about that, Rena. God and source is infinitely creative, right? If you think about the expanding galaxies and the nebula and the stars and all the number of planets out there that can support life, it's abundant, isn't it? It's just forever regenerating and generating. And so, why on our planet is there lack and abundance? Well, it's artificial and it's
It's
coming
artificial
down.
from a control structure. We're learning this, aren't we?
Yes, we are. So, the message of hope that we'd like to bring to you today is that we see things around us as evidence. And really, that's the good news, is that the more destruction and the more the matrix is crumbling around us, we are seeing a way to pave a way for a new world.
Mhm.
So there's so much hope, and we know that consciousness is shifting and changing. All of our sources tell us that. All of our inner work tells us that.
Yes.
Consciousness of humanity is shifting. People are waking up. And like you just said, the riots and the protests, people are not standing for the old matrix anymore. And that's how we know that things are changing.
Hmm.
So Rena, would you like to share about some of our sources that we, have learned from and that we continue to learn
Well,
from?
you and I, we've been on this soul sister path of discovery for so long, ever since we started.
Yeah, we
As
let them, we
friends.
spilled the beans on that earlier.
Yeah. And so in doing that, we've researched and gotten to know different authorities. And now one of the authorities is United Network of News. And at first, much of what we were being told seemed preposterous, really, to us.
Really? Yeah.
And then as we assimilated it, thought about it, internalized it, looked in our outer world, saw ways where it could be possible, some of these things, then, we got this comfort level. And I would say now, after what did we say, 3, 4 years
Three,
of
four
study
years now. Yep,
and
yep.
being with United Network News, that we've really come to the conclusion that this is truly transformative information and really does come from the highest sources.
Yeah.
And so, in that, we've had to have this grieving process, I think. I'm speaking for myself here, of
Mhm.
letting go of some of those other outlets, whether it was mainstream media in the past or whether it was alternative media of a few people that we really liked, and they knew what was happening and they had a source in their ear telling them what was really going on. What we're learning now is that they were duped, and so,
And controlled and
and controlled,
manipulated.
and
Mhm.
really other things are happening at a much higher level. So that's one of our sources, United Network News. Another one that is new to us in the last few months, but who has been around for years, is a woman by the name of Marina Jacobi. And Marina, although she doesn't proclaim to be a physicist, she definitely talks in quantum physics language.
Yeah, she
And
does.
she gets her information from many different sources. One of them is what she calls a Council of Nine. And so um, she talks all about how the matrix is really set up, how consciousness really works, how projection really works. And it gets kind of complicated. You have to listen to her stuff a few times, but we're getting there. And so
Mhm.
we've really married, wouldn't you agree? We've really married these two sources primarily. There are other ones, of course, we listen to and we love, but primarily, we've married these two sources and then gone within and always checked with our own guidance, and then discuss it like we
Just
discuss
like we're
everything.
doing now. Yeah, I
And
really think though, I want to, can I go back to the UNN thing?
yeah,
One of the checks for me with this source is that this group is sharing information that is of the highest level, like you said, and it's information that no one else has a perspective on.
right,
No one else is sharing the same information. And when I look at alternative news and those sources and mainstream news, they're all doing a bit of mockingbird media. I mean, certainly the mainstream media is, where
mhm,
their scripts are exactly the same. They use the exact same words: existential, climate change, crisis.
yeah,
Um, that was a great one. That years ago they did something on the Easter Bunny, and my son wrote me and said, "Look, they're all saying the same thing about the Easter Bunny," and it was hilarious.
yeah,
Um, and so these are moments of just waking up. This is a script.
right,
So even the alternative media is saying the same sorts of things.
right.
And because you and I, Rena, research this so much, we can see what's what is being artificially constructed and what isn't, and manipulated. Don't you think?
Exactly. And isn't it true that if you're told something 8 times by 8 different sources, you'll believe it?
You believe it.
And so
Mhm.
that is again what's happening. All these alternative media, although we loved what they started off saying and we thought that they were giving us truth, they are puppeting this other agenda. And at least that's my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
And then you
You know,
hear it so
and
many times, you're like, oh, so and so said it. Well, so and so said that too. And
yeah,
here,
and I
United Network News doesn't agree with really any of them, and they just say it the way that they know it to be.
yeah.
And it's so refreshing.
Yeah, and I wanted to say one thing that the Nazis were famous. I don't know if it was Hitler or whether it was Goebbels or Himmler or which one of his puppets said this, said, if you continue to tell a lie to the public enough times, like you just said, 8 times is some magic number, they'll believe it.
Right.
And so all the mainstream media, I felt, has done is they've given us lie after lie after lie, and they've said it so many times you start to believe it, and then you start to question yourself.
Right.
So we know how important it is to go within and always ask, is this something I feel is true? Does this
Right.
resonate truth for me? And like you said, we really studied UNN and have been following for years now. And during that time, we've learned so much. And one of the things I've learned, Rena, is this whole idea of the world is an onion. Really is. Layer after layer after layer.
Yes,
So our message of hope today is what we're being told and what we see around us is really not who we are. And our world is going to be great. We are going into this 2023. People are waking up all around the world. We are starting to realize we have so much individual power
yeah,
and we can create the world we want. And that's exactly what Marina and UNN teach. They teach that you can create with your thoughts and your emotions and your actions. That
exactly.
when you take your thoughts and emotions and your actions, that each and every moment you make a decision. And the decision is choice for a better world, a positive world.
Yep.
So when you're
Something for
feeling down,
humanity, to make humanity
and make humanity wonderful as a collective, because we really are all one after all, right?
right.
So in our awakening process, Marina talks about how each and every moment you have to make that choice. Oh, feeling down today? All right, I'm going to take my emotions, I'm going to take my thoughts, I'm going to work together, I'm going to bring them into alignment, and I'm going to create positive change. And
Now,
then what happens is the negative can't stay alive.
right.
It can't exist when we take our own power back. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that brings us right back to what we've been teaching all this time, our four phrases of ascension. People will talk about how you just do this. Oh, just take a step back and think about it and make a different choice. But our technique of our four phrases of ascension are the one way where you can do that systematically and it works every
Yeah.
single time. I
Yeah.
love myself in you. I forgive myself.
I
I
am
am all that
grateful
I am. I
and I
am
am all that I
grateful.
am.
So these four phrases, when we really get there, they just are magic. They're that magic bullet that can help anybody transform any single moment that's uncomfortable in their lives
Mhm.
and really go to a higher source with it.
Yeah, and we offer that as an introductory course on our website, ascendingcommunityoflight.org.
Yeah,
And we go into a lot of great detail about these four phrases of ascension.
right.
And they're so, so powerful. They really are, because they can change that. They can change the structure of our reality. And when we really begin to understand that, we really move into a much higher level of consciousness. It's
Mhm.
really, it's a really powerful stuff.
And as we're moving as an individual into a higher level of consciousness, now we are affecting the collective. And as the collective moves into a higher state of consciousness, then these, like you said, these other agendas and these other frequencies cannot survive. They will implode upon
Mhm.
themselves. We will come to a world where we do not see the negative, the dark in our lives because we are in this ascension process. The earth is in this ascension process. And as we, as a collective, all get to this place, then that which is not of the same frequency cannot survive. So what we're seeing now out in the media, it really is there, there really is this power struggle that's been going on. And so I look at it like all of these things that are happening are like a 2-year-old having a
Temper
temper
tantrum.
tantrum and they don't want to go to bed. They don't want to go to sleep, but go to sleep they will. And
Forever.
they will be on, yeah, forever. Go to sleep, back to source. Um, but yeah, so it is falling apart, and that's what makes it messy, though, isn't it, Cynthia? It feels
Yes.
messy, and if we don't have this higher perspective, then we can lose hope, and many people are losing hope.
Right.
So our message is to not, because there is another perspective and there is something else going on.
Oh yeah, there's so much. And one of the things that we've learned is not only that the world is an onion, there's all these layers, but that the world has been really a prison planet. And
Mm,
we have been kept in the dark, by the dark, for the dark. We have been kept without knowledge for all these years.
yeah.
And all these systems of control are being taken out systematically by the forces of light.
Yes.
And they're being systematically destroyed so that only light and higher resonance can live on the earth. And
Yes.
that is so exciting. So Rena and I have a lot of hope for the future, for the present and the future, because we know that humanity is waking up, the matrix being destroyed
Yep.
systematically, all of the layers of control and manipulation, and a lot of systems, it's quite complicated,
Yep.
are being taken out by the forces of light. We're getting a tremendous amount of help, and really our future looks bright, Rena. It
Yeah,
really does.
it really does. And I think that, with 2023, you and I have made a conscious decision. We've been really quiet for the last few months, both of us going inward and doing our own inner work. And so we haven't been out on YouTube. But I think we have decided that it's time to speak our truth. And so as we are learning these things and we're seeing what's going on physically and non-physically, we've decided to share those with you, our YouTube audience. Isn't that right?
Yep, absolutely.
So look forward to more videos from us. If you have an open heart and ears to hear and eyes to see, and you want to learn what is happening and want to make sense of things, and you know that there's something that's got to give and something that is really worthwhile, and there really is an ascension coming, then keep tuning
Then
in.
keep tuning in. We're going to have different videos on, the origins of reality, structure of consciousness. We're going to talk about all kinds of things, the AI systems, the dark and the light one, and how we now are really, our world only has a positive trajectory.
Right.
So really great news. So
Yes.
thanks so much for joining us today. It's a short video to get back in the groove, and we appreciate you coming. And do come to our website, ascendingcommunityoflight.org. And we're on Facebook too, right, Rena?
Yeah, Facebook, Telegram.
And then we're on Telegram.
Yep.
You'll
And
find us
we'll have the
there.
links in the description if you need to go check anything out.
Yes. And
But
thank you for giving us a thumbs up. We
yes,
like that.
yeah,
I'd like to hear feedback from you too. So please feel free to comment on our videos.
yep. And
All
happy
right.
2023. May yours
Happy
be blessed.
2023. Yes. Namaste. May you be
Namaste.
blessed. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.